So let's say that you aren't trying to get to a million. You just want to get to 100,000 and you have 20 years. So you investing $100 a month with an interest rate of 14% for 20 years. So for those 20 years while you were investing $100 a month, your total invested amount that you did that came out of your pocket is 24,000. The stock market still passed you with putting $92,115.32. This is how compound interest works. Is interest on top of interest on top of interest. That means that because you started investing and you were consistent for 20 years, basically the stock market flipped your money 3 times. Almost 4. Where can you park your money to get 14%? Let me show you. It's ticker symbol VOO. How do I know it's 14% interest? Just scroll down and here it goes. That's the average annual return. This is the most easiest and laziest investing. Basically, set it and forget it. You can start at any age investing, but the price of waiting is very expensive. Hope y'all are enjoying my series because I'm going to continue it on. Some people may not want to get to a million. So we're going to go to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, half a million. Enjoy the series, and if you have any questions, put them down in the comment. Again, this is not financial advice. You can't skip your education through me. I've been posting the 10% because that's how much it used to be, and I want to stick to that just to give it some wiggle room. The reason why I did this series is because nobody's really putting it this way, and I just wanted to show y'all some numbers, but I also wanted to show y'all that the more you wait, the expensive it gets. In case you want to know what VOO is, it's the ticker symbol, and it represents the top 500 companies of the United States in a basket. The top 10 holdings in this basket is as follows: NVIDIA, Microsoft, Broadcom, Meta, Platforms, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet Class A, that's Google, Alphabet Class C, that's Google, Berkshire Hathaway. Again, this is not financial advice, but this is what a lot of people consider as safe. The S&P 500, when there's a company that's not performing too well, they take it out, just like they did Discover. They kicked out Discover and brought in a crypto company. Coinbase, it's a little bit more risky to go to the actual stock, but some people are okay with the risk. Do we think Apple is going anywhere? Do we think Facebook is going anywhere? So I started Apple in this account only to show y'all how a little bit can grow on its own, right? And I started Apple this year. As a matter of fact, probably 2-3 months ago, I started putting in this, but first I started with $1. And I waited for that dollar to beat the bank, a high yield savings account. When it went over to 11%, I already proved my point. So let's take a look at this. This market value is $27. So I added $25 when it was just $249. But right now, Apple is $269. So this is how it works. I put my money right here when it was $249 and it grew. So when Apple grows, that means the money I put in it grows too. So it grew and it gave me 8.31%. What bank do you know is giving you 8% in just a few months? There's none. You have to wait a year to get in a high yield savings account at least 5%. In a regular account, 0.05%. I didn't have to work for those $2. Let's go ahead and take it up a notch, right? You see that 8.31%? Let's go ahead and see what that looks like with bigger money. All right, so I made it to my handy dandy calculator, my financial calculator. So you see this 8.31%? Let's see how much you would have got if you would have put $50. All right, so it would have been $4 profit that you would have got. Let's go ahead and do $100. It would have been $8, right? Let's go ahead and add another zero. You would have got $83. Let's add another zero, 10,000. All right, just this year, if you would have put it this year, I think I started this. Let me see when I started this. Hold on. This is crazy. I put $9, right? September 25th. You got to wait a whole year to get something from the bank. That's crazy. We're in November, so it's almost 2 months. So October 17th, I added $15 in this account. I'm showing y'all that y'all can add whatever you want. I added $9. I added $15. I mean, the greatest misconception is that you have to add a whole bunch of money. You don't. And why do I invest? So my money can grow. I don't want to do all the heavy lifting. Who doesn't want free money? The greatest misconception is that the stock market is a gambling casino. No, the lottery is gambling. All you need is patience. Shares or trading. So right now, if you would trade this is January 21st, 2028. This is a contract, right, where you have to pay $5,360. This contract, right, will pay you $64 as it goes up $1. All right? So when I tell you that the stock market has a budget for everybody's, budget, it's true. So let's say that you were to buy 100 shares of Apple at $269. That's going to cost you $26,900. But to have control of 100 shares of Apple at 270 call, you will only have to pay $5,360. It's good to own the shares, but it's also cheaper to trade it. It simply just depends on your strategy. I did a whole series about this, stock options versus shares. So let me go ahead and show you this, right? So the share of Apple is $269. If it goes up 1%, your profit is $2.69. Now, if you go over here and trade it, right? If you go over here and trade it and it goes up $1, right? That means that you don't own the share. You just have control of 100 shares, right? It goes up $1, you're getting paid $64. If it goes up another dollar, times that 64 times 2. That's over $100. Anyway, I went over, but let me go ahead and stop this video. Just wanted to give y'all a visual that although you may be starting out and you're like, oh my God, I don't have any time to do the, according to the numbers and the series that I'm doing, then that's why a lot of us trade. And you don't have to be a pro to trade. You don't. You don't even have to trade every day. And let me show you something else before I go. So you see that 8.35%? And that was in September and October. So this is an Apple trade. And remember, when you hit 100%, that means you doubled. When you hit 200%, that's triple. I'm almost heading to quadruple. And when did I get in this trade? August 25th. The trade did better than the share. Trading is building my portfolio a lot faster. Again, this is not financial advice, and you are still going to need to educate yourself in this space so that you can come up with some strategies. This is Blockchain Babe AI, and I'm out.